And the new day has dawned for those who stand long, and the rivers and the streams and the lakes have echoed with laughter. The day of the proper bassin' man has arrived, and it is Wednesday night. It is time for the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show. And I'm your host, Pat Renwick. Hello, Bass Galaxy. Hello, hello.
What's up?
Hello. Wow. Woo. Woo. That's how we do it at Ashley Schaefer. Woo. That's how we do it. Ashley Schaefer put you in a BMW. Whoa. Okay. The moment we've been waiting for this a long time. Let's just let's say right away, one of the greatest anglers of all times.
Just say it.
It's Kevin VanDam coming on the show. Hot damn, Kevin VanDam. That's what I'm talking about. High five, Ryan. Lots of high fives tonight. Yeah. Wow.
He's caught bass.
He's caught a few bass, hasn't he? Unbelievable. I've been working on this for a while for you guys, and finally we have an exclusive evening with the one and only, again, Kevin VanDam, studio audience. Yeah. Like, Andy, I see they're crazy tonight.
It's a little wild in here.
They are absolutely wild.
Hopefully that clears up the confusion to everyone that thought it was going to be Ted Nugent.
Yes. Yeah. Or Kat Von D, the tattoo girl.
Or James Hetfield.
Or Carl Von Dibble.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course,
right.
From Carl's Deck. Hey, you know what? I mean, we're excited, as you could tell. Again, things abuzz, and it's Wednesday night. It's the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, Stray Cast. And you know who's a real stray caster? You know, stray caster through and through. Someone who can throw to the left and to the right and to the forward and to the center and to the back and not even know it's a stray.
It's a stray.
It's a stray. Ladies and gentlemen, he plays drums, he skateboards, he ties jigs, and he catches bass, and he's my sidekick co-host.
Are you talking about JP?
I'm talking about you, Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Whitaker.
I'm excited.
Ryan Popcornius Cornelius Leviticus Numbers Whitaker. Can you believe Kevin VanDam's on tonight?
Talking numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is on
numbers
the
and
show.
numbers and numbers.
He's on the show tonight. KVD exclusive Evening With. He's usually on like Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am. You know what I mean? He'll pop in, make fun of Jordan Lee on the Stray Cast show here, or we'll get him in a couple. Like one time he was going to a party and he's like, yeah, Pat, I got to go. I ain't got time to talk about crankbait rods. I'll see you later, bro. Boom, hung up. Wait, all right, thanks, Kev. At least we had you on the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's finally happening. And you know who, speaking of finally happening, I don't know if we can get him on the camera or not, but your brethren is here for the first time ever in the Straycast studio. That's Corey Whitaker. Corey Whitaker is here.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Yell something loud, Corey. That's Corey. That was Corey.
Yeah, man.
You didn't hear him.
So glad he's here.
He's so dang cold right now. He's frigid like an icicle, like Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back. Did I get the right movie, Andy?
Correct.
Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back. He's fresh off the frozen tundra of the North. He's our collegiate intern. His name is College Daniel Mohan.
Howdy doody.
What's up, Houndy Doo Doo Da?
Like you said, still frozen. It was fun though, honestly. I mean, catching fish through the ice, nothing like open water, but
You can have it.
Still catching them.
Nice fishing.
Yeah, man.
Drill a hole.
Half frozen.
You guys are drunk for 5 days.
You're not wrong.
I'm glad you're back safe.
Yeah, no, it was a great time. Good memories, good people.
You're out there with
You guys power fishing?
Bass Cat Dave.
and
the whole gang. So.
Dave the bank card guy. Remind me at the end of the show to
Bingo.
talk about Dave the bank card guy.
Yeah.
Okay? Please remind me of
Dave
that.
the bank card guy.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about
I won't
him.
forget.
We're going to talk about him a little bit. Hey, right on track. I'm getting the old loop-de-loopy because we got to keep it on schedule tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, do I need to say? He's the Lord of the Ned. JP High. Know the half-ounce jig. JP High. He is dynamite. He's the Lord of the Ned. He's the OG HHF hip-hop fisherman. It's JP High. JP, hi. Hi.
Hi.
That's really your last name for people that are tuning in for the first time.
Hey, yo.
JP.
Yep.
Amazing things happening tonight here on Straycast. Besides Kevin VanDam, we have a special mystery guest that's coming on tonight.
I don't even know.
I know you don't even know. I got some, the only people that know are me and Andrew Ellenberger. But listen,
Is it Ted Nugent?
it's not Ted Nugent. It rhymes with Ted Nugent, though. But anyway, JP, we got a big contest going on.
That's right.
A big contest going on. Season 5, $555 worth of prizes from all of our sponsors. All they had to do was subscribe to our YouTube channel. They have to, what was the other thing?
They had to leave a comment.
Leave a comment on the YouTube
last
channel.
YouTube video.
And like and share the live Facebook feed. Now here, it's their last chance, right? Last chance tonight.
There's still time.
Still time.
You got this show.
This show.
Do it.
Like and share this live Facebook feed on your own Facebook page. Take it off of private so we can put you in the randomizer. Also, what you need to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel and leave a comment on the, I guess it would be the David Dudley video, correct?
Yes.
Am I right, guys?
We're taking them from the last 3 because we've been doing it all month. So
Okay.
the last 3 since the Christmas show.
John Cox,
Since
David Dudley. What's the other one?
And B-Lat and
Yeah.
Corey
the trifecta.
Johnston. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So and there's still time tonight. So leave that comment.
And tonight. Yeah.
What's the cutoff? When are you cutting it off?
I'm going to cut it off about 10 minutes before we're off air.
Okay, so all night.
So I got to enter all that. The people who do it tonight, I got to enter you in, and then we're hitting that button.
This is $555
Someone's going to get lucky.
worth of amazing prizes from all of our sponsors.
Yeah, man.
Thrown in. Boom, kapow.
Easy.
Easy peasy. Japanesey. That's what I'm saying.
Easiest contest you'll ever win.
There it is. Hey, you guys feel like getting crazy? You guys feel like getting crazy?
Yeah.
You know who's crazy? He's red on the head like a producer should be. Oh no, he's a punk rock producer. Andy, dive. Do it. Dive, Andy. Dive. Dive into the crowd. Dive into the crowd.
All right, let's go.
You ready to get the show on the road, aren't you, Ellenberger?
Let's do it.
Come on, Ninja.
Let's do it.
Come on, Ninja. Are you ready?
He's skanking under the table.
Are you excited about this whole KVD thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
All right. So all they got to do before I'm just leading us along here, but all they got to do is like and share the live Facebook feed, right? Yes. And also
share, like, yeah. Do all
subscribe to YouTube and leave a comment.
that. It's easy.
You see how I'm doing that, Andy?
555,
$555 worth of goodness.
like Sammy Hagar.
Now something that is not I'm changing here a little bit, changing gears. Something that's not 100% goodness. Our thoughts and prayers to the entire FLW organization and especially to the Forrest L. Wood family. Forrest is in critical condition. I don't know any updates. You guys probably know as much as I do. Just please keep, as I'm sure you are, the FLW organization and Forrest Wood in your prayers. So, with that being said, let us hop into Crestliner. Put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with Kevin VanDam. Boom.
This is Carl. He's been obsessed with fishing since he was a widow tadpole. People have always said he has a unique style, that he skips to the speed of his own cast, so to speak. So, when he started his own tackle shop, he did it his way. With exciting new products every month and great deals on fishing essentials. But the best part? He started a club with amazing member benefits. Go say hi to Carl at shopcarls.com.
The all-new XF series by Crestliner. Simplistic perfection with performance features built on a platform for success. The amazingly affordable XF series by Crestliner. A brand new way to reel in bass. For more information and to find your local dealer, visit Crestliner.com today. The Crestliner Real Deal Sales Event. The best time to buy is now at Crestliner.com. Save up to $3,000 today.
Step up your game. It has been said that professionals are only as good as the tools they work with, and Alpha Angler has developed the ultimate set of tools for you, the competitive angler. Alpha Angler Custom Rods, brought to fruition by the passion of master craftsman Jake Boomer and 2017 BASS Angler of the Year Brandon Palaniuk. Alpha Angler rods are custom made in the USA, designed and engineered to be perfect. Alpha Angler utilizes a very unconventional approach to making the very best bass rods, from drop shotting to flipping. Alpha Angler's focus is on building perfectly balanced tournament-grade bass rods at an affordable price. Join the Alphalution today and purchase direct at alphaangler.com. Step up your game. alphaangler.com.
As a professional angler, I rely on my equipment to be successful on the water, and my eyewear is no exception. Oh, yep, good one. 6-pounder, 7-pounder. From daylight till dark, every single day of my life, in the truck, on the water. My Amphibia eye gear provide 100% polarized protection. They're ANSI safety rated for impact, and best of all, they float.
The TH Marine HydroWave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The HydroWave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The HydroWave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Quality jig heads with quality components. With tried and true tackle like the Big Dude Goby head, the Hunter or Jacob head, or all new tackle like the Jackpot Net head or Buster Swim Bait head. Bite me! It's a command to the fish. Get the let out and visit BiteMeTackle.net today.
Hey guys, Micah Frazier here. I've got a bait from War Eagle Baits called the Buzz Toad. Big thing lately has been putting a toad style bait on a buzz bait, and preferably it's my favorite way to fish one. This bait here's got a quick planing head, a great hook, and it squeals right out of the package. The body of this bait is big and bulky, so it allows you to skip it. It planes quicker than a skirted bait would. In my opinion, it's just the way to fish a buzz bait. So y'all check this thing out. It's pretty awesome.
Throw farther, get some Kevin VanDam's line and lure. You can launch it a mile. Still going. Well, better stick to fishing.
All men are not created equal. There are those with extraordinary abilities, those that separate themselves from the rest. Like our next guest, 7-time BASS Angler of the Year, FLW Angler of the Year, 4-time Bassmaster Classic champion, 25 BASS wins, and 3 MLF victories. Bass Fishing Galaxy, we give to you the one and only Kevin VanDam. Yes! It is you, Kevin.
You guys are something.
You're something. You're something, Kevin VanDam. Wow. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming aboard the crazy train.
Yep, it's man, it's been busy lately, so I got you for an hour anyways.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. An evening with Kevin VanDam. That's exactly what we wanted. And you've been on this show before, but it's been like wham bam thank you VanDam is kind of how it's been, you know. I mean, you've been on for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, mess with Jordan Lee here, mess with Jordan Lee there. Come on and talk about crankbait rods before your friend's party. You know, I mean, that's but now we got an evening with Kevin VanDam, and we are stoked if you cannot tell. Thank you so much in advance. But I kind of talked about at the beginning, man, you're a special breed, okay? You really are. Now, I always hear you say, Kevin VanDam, I can tell. You always say, I can tell, right?
Oh, yeah.
Say it for me, Kev. Say it for me.
I can tell.
I can tell. I love it. Now, here's what I want to know from you. When you were a little boy, when you were a little Kevy, okay? Now, when could you first tell? You could tell that this is what you wanted to do. This is where a young Kevin VanDam wanted to go.
You know, that's I always loved fishing. Like, I mean, from an early age, my dad took me when I was 3 ice fishing.
Okay.
It was my first trip. I was ate up with it when I was 6. My grandparents had a place on a lake, and I would just fish all day for anything, you know. And so I grew up around it. I got, you know, into bass fishing seriously in tournaments. When I was 14, I fished my first one with my older brother, but I never planned on being a professional bass fisherman. I mean, that you didn't have that career option like kids tell me all the time today. They're like, oh man, I want to, you know, they're in high school on their high school team or their college team. And they're like, yeah, I'm working my way up. I want to, you know, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be a pro bass fisherman. So that didn't, you know, it never really, that's not why I got into it. I loved it. I loved to fish. I loved the competition once I got into it. It's funny that, you know, the first time I ever fished a tournament with my older brother, he paid for everything, the entry fee, the whole deal.
Nice. That's a good brother.
I caught most of the fish, so I thought I should get all the money.
That's awesome.
$100 or something like that, and it was crazy. So, but it really got my juices going towards the competitive side of it. And, you know, so I joined a bass club when I was 16, and I loved it, man. That's what all I wanted to do. And a couple years later, I grew up watching Denny Brower and Larry Nixon and Rick Holland and, you know, and Roland and, you know, Jimmy Houston and all the legends, Bill Dance and, you know, Virgil Ward and Championship Fishing. Remember that one?
Yeah,
don't
of course
you?
I do. Yeah. Billy Westmoreland even had a show, remember?
Yep. I mean, I watched the ones that you could get. And so when I just was reading Bassmaster magazine and all that in the early days, I mean, we didn't have all this media like we do today.
It's crazy.
I just wanted to see how good those guys were. You know, it's funny. A really funny story is my brother has a big sporting goods shop here in Kalamazoo. It's DNR Sports. I mean, they sell, lots of Nitros and Rangers and Tritons and they really cater to bass fishermen. My brother's a fisherman.
Awesome.
Nephew, you know, I mean, it's all through the store there. So he's been doing this annual spring promotion around Easter weekend for 30 plus years now.
Oh yeah.
And in the early days, we'd, you know, get different people to come into it. And when Larry Nixon came in, he got Larry Nixon through, you know, Berkeley or somebody to come in and do seminars and, you know, make an appearance. I was so shy. I couldn't even go and say hi to him. I couldn't even talk to him.
Really?
I mean, I was that much in awe of just seeing him in person, you know. So it was crazy. That was before I even started fishing, you know, any Bassmaster tournaments at all. I was just kind of fishing around here, and you know, Larry Nixon was the mega bucks guy. You know, he just win all that stuff, and so all those guys are really heroes to me, and I grew up watching them. And then, you know, when I started competing with them, I learned pretty quick that it's really a great fraternity of people out there, and it still is today. It's so much bigger now. There's 3 tours and college fishing, high school fishing, and that it's grown so much, and it's exciting right now to see everything that's happening.
It's a great time. It's a great time in professional fishing.
Kevin, you know how you said nowadays the kids come up to you and say they want to be professional bass fishermen, and back when you were a kid they didn't do that? Did you know that's your fault?
Yeah.
It's not only your fault, but a big part of that is your fault. I mean, they see your face on a billboard and they're like, yeah, it could be that guy.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, especially to come from Michigan, when I started, there was very few people out of the southern tier, out of that area, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, just that southern tier dominated the tour forever. And so, when I got into it, I had some success, and then a lot of other guys came along after the fact. Ike and Ellie. I mean, look at him; he's from Jersey, and he's a nutball, and look at the success he's had. So
exactly.
It's real diverse now.
Well, that's what you talked about the fraternity too, and you being from 1990. That's kind of when, if I remember, you popping on the scene, right?
Yep.
That was the top 150s or 100s or something then.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You're coming from you're a Yankee, flat out. You're a Yankee in a Southern gentleman's game. How did that feel to you? Were you accepted? Because I know Ike and Ellie had some issues. How did it go for you?
There was a few guys early on that they'd say some comments, but what are you going to do? I mean, it's no different than it is today. I'm sure that there's still some of that going around today from different people, but it didn't take long till for the most part, most of those guys, you spend so much time on the road with the group you're competing against, you end up being pretty close. You eat out, you staying at the same places, and cabins or hotels or whatever, and you watch. I've watched a lot of these guys, their kids grow up. I mean, so and it's this, and they watch mine. So.
And you've watched some of them grow up. I mean, some of the anglers too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I've been doing it a long time, man. It sure doesn't seem like it. But I'll tell you, I love it. Just like right now, man, I'm up here taking hooks off of a bunch of red eye shads, getting them ready.
That's awesome.
I'm not wasting any time. I was waiting for you guys to call up, and I'm like, man, it's crunch time for us.
You gotta do something, man.
Starts less than 2 weeks now, so. I'm behind on a lot of things with my truck cap and wrap, and you got to have a cap before you can wrap your truck. So I'm still waiting on that. So
it's always something, right?
It is. I mean, it's I love getting a new boat every year and a new rig. It's fun. It's part of the process, of doing. But gosh, it's a lot of work.
Aren't you just happy when that's done? Isn't it just like okay, I got the truck, I got the boat, now let's just fish. Let's freaking fish now.
I'm real happy when I get it in the water and everything's perfect. And fortunately, I got a great team at Nitro that rigs them, and I've knock on wood, I've never had any major problems. But I got mine, and it's froze up here. I mean, we're fishing, or it's been too warm to ice. There's not been enough ice, but. I had a buddy call me today and said he caught a limit of bluegills. I mean, it's like the first day anybody get on the ice up here.
And he got the butter biscuits right off the bat.
Oh, the first ice is always the best. I'll tell you, I love fishing through the ice for bass because it's the same thing. That first ice.
They're dumb.
It's and most people wouldn't realize how aggressive they are even through the ice.
That's the only time
how shallow they are too, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've caught them 3 foot deep through the ice.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hey, I want to go back a little bit. 1990, you started out, and then 1992, your first AOY. And everyone now is like, they're taking heed. They're like, who is this speed freak? Who is this bass freak speed demon with this new approach to bass fishing that's kicking our ass? Now they're all taking heed. They're looking at you now, Kevin. The Larry Nixons, the George Cochrans, the Ricky Cluns, the Denny Browers. They're like, who's this kid from Kalamazoo? And why is he fishing so fast? I mean,
they still ask me that.
I know. I mean, you revolutionized that form of power fishing. Now, certainly Rick Clunn has been doing variations of it forever. Okay, maybe one of your role models in that aspect of power fishing, I'm assuming.
For sure.
But you, man, you do everything. You even flip fast, bro. I've watched you flip, and you're like, toing, toing, tong, 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 bing, bing, bong, bong, boom, boom, out.
It's my, you can't change who you are or your nature, your style. And it's just, it's just always been my philosophy. And these multi-day events, that you got to have a lot of areas to fish. You got to cover a lot of water, and you got, I'm not trying to catch every dang bass out of the area, but it's changed a lot in that sense. You can't go back over water now. The guys are too good. The mapping's too good with GPS, and everything's so much better than it was in the early days when I started competing equipment wise, that you just can't leave a spot that's got a group of fish on it. Now you got to sit there and, throw a Ned rig or a Ocho or something like that.
Yeah.
You got to do that, but it's still, and a lot of the lakes we go to, it sets up where you can pattern fish, and you can do that. And day in and day out, that's, if you're on a decent sized body of water, that's the way, I think it's the way to have a shot to win.
Was there ever a time where you spent time saying, all right, I got to learn how to do this slow fishing thing? Was there ever a time in your career where you spent time learning that?
Remember?
Yeah, I've always finesse fished some, but I mean, I would say in the last 10 years, especially, you got to finesse, you got to clean up, you got to have, you got to have that ready to go, to make sure you're milking everything you can off of the spot. And I've won several tournaments fishing that way, in recent years. Just, power fishing is my go-to. I find everything. That's how you locate the fish. That's how you cover the lake. That's how you figure out the patterns. But in the end, a lot of times during the competition, you gotta, put the drop shot on, or shaky head, or Nico rig. And I love new stuff, but I'm obviously a little hard-headed at times. I mean, I had the opportunity to have a lot of baits to myself over the years, way ahead of time. It's too hard-headed to realize the Ned rig. I mean, Ned Cade was a friend of mine. I gave him the zeros that he figured that whole thing out with 10 years before Ned rigging was even anything. And he told me about it, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I mean, that goofy looking little rig, what is it? And now it's like the hottest finesse technique out there.
It's nuts.
That floating 3X, yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy. No, really. So you're behind that little deal right there.
It's the Kev rig.
Well, I told him, Ned he wrote for In Fisherman.
Yes.
And he would go to a couple of these little writers events that we'd go to, and I fished with him, and he was always intrigued by me because he was more of a Midwest guy than a Southern guy, and loved smallmouth fishing. And so we talked a lot about, the different finesse aspects and the different way we snap tubes and things like that.
Sure.
And he figured that out on his own, putting a little tiny gopher head in the zeros. I gave them to him, and I was just telling him how good they were for wacky rigging, just throwing them weightless and stuff like that. And he just started using them. And when they got wore out in the middle, he's like, man, it's such a good bait. I want to do something else with it. So that's what he did, is, cut them in half where you'd wacky rig them and put it on that little gopher head and casted it around, and just found out, he's like, man, this thing really catches them. And I just kind of blew it off. The same thing when I first saw a lot of different baits, man. When I first saw a sluggo,
you said you hate freaking drop shots.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things. So you'd think after 30 years of competing, that I would be smart enough when somebody came up with something new that's different and said, hey, this thing really works, to really give it a good hard look. But we just you get set in your ways.
Here, let me tell you. I'm going to break this down for you right now. I'm going to make it real easy. This is why you are set in your ways. Okay? You're set in your ways because of your 2008, your 2009, your 2010, your 2011 season. Okay? All right.
That's a reason.
Okay. So you got 4 Angler of the Year in a row and 2 Bassmaster Classics in there. That's just doesn't happen in real life. That's not even did this even really happen?
It's not real.
Are we even real? Did that happen? Is this real?
It's interesting. There's so much to it mentally, and when I've been in the, on those really good runs, and I've been on both sides of it, and I've watched a lot of other people too. You see an angler get real hot for a season, and it's just all about decision making, and when things are rolling, it helps. And when the schedule lines up to fit your style, that's when you can get on a run like that.
You see an angler get hot for a season. For a season.
That's it.
But yours lasted like 5 seasons,
dude. Insane.
I'll tell you, I've been doing it a long time, and I think I have a really good understanding of the mental part of the game, and I still believe that. I think the hardest thing when you have been to so many places and seen so many things is to not let that past history cloud your judgment. Use it to your advantage, but not get so set in what you saw at Lake Gunnersville because you've been there 17 times over the years to say, well, hey, this is the only section of the lake for this time of the year or whatever. So it's I'm glad to have all of that past knowledge, but there's sometimes where it bites you. I mean, I'm more hard-headed now. My wife tells me this all the time. She said, you got to keep an open mind. I'll go in and have a great practice and get so stuck on what I'm doing that I don't adapt and change. I mean, I've seen it time and time again, and when you see that big swing in the weather and things are changing. I'll tell you a really good example is the Classic at Hartwell just a couple of years ago. It was cold, and I was mashing them in practice. I mean, just piled right. It was. I call my shot. It was incredible, catching them out deep, and that water that it warmed up. And I mean, the first day I did okay. I got enough bites to kind of keep me at it and did okay. And Jason Christie's up on the bank throwing a bladed jig and blasting 20 pounds, and
right.
But I was so set into it was just so good that I couldn't get away from it, even though I knew with the conditions changing. That it was going to do that. I won the Classic in New Orleans on the same exact scenario. It was cold as heck, and it warmed up, and I just made the right decisions at the time. So it's not that I don't know, but sometimes it's just hard to fully act and allow things to materialize. So it's from a fan standpoint, and believe me, I'm a fan first. I still love it. I follow it. I enjoy all part of it. But it's really hard to understand just how brutal it can be out there. When on any tour, whether it's the FLW tour, the Bass Pro Tour, or the Elite Series, you don't truly appreciate what's going on out there unless you're one of the other, 75 or 80 or 100 guys that's out there on the lake the same time. I mean, even guys that are really close to it. Zona's one of my good buddies, dude. He's so close to it. He commentates it. It's hard to truly understand it all unless you're out there living it at the time. It's the difference between greatness and an average tournament or a bad tournament is such a narrow window anymore.
Seems that way, yeah.
One bite.
Exactly. And it's so close, man. It's so close more often than not. But what I still want to know from you is like that 4-year run. Like, what was going on in your life? Was there how it was just everything clicking? Was it like you'd go to the grocery store and find a 20 on the ground? I mean, what was going on?
Yeah, I don't believe in luck at all. But there's no doubt that when you got that positive momentum, it's pretty easy to roll into it going forward. So
you were unstoppable. Yeah. I mean, and it conveyed Like there was literally like laser beams coming out of your eyes when you were on doing interviews. I don't know. The same thing happened to Clun, bro. When he was, you saw that crazy ass look in your eye. You had it too. You and Clun both had it, man. I don't know if you know, but I know.
Yeah, it's I was on the forefront of a lot of really good, and I mean the thing is the coverage has gotten so good now. I mean, you can't hide anything. There's no secrets anymore. I think I really taught people, especially about cranking, crankbait, deep cranking, or even shallow cranking, and that it just really, now everybody's good at it, but back then it was different. I mean, even before GPS mapping is when I could really be dangerous, when you had to go out there and graph and find the stuff with 2D sonar and feel it with your bait. And when you'd find something, it'd be hard for anybody else to get on. Now, and I love it. I mean, I love the technology. What I'm using with, the Humminbird mega imaging and now this new 360 mega imaging is just another level of man, these fish just don't have a chance. They should, but it still doesn't make them bite, unfortunately, but it does. It is crazy just how good the technology how much more efficient it's made all of us as anglers. I mean, you can get on it. We only get, the Bass Pro Tour, we get a day and a half practice, and you're fishing Toledo Bend or, Table Rock, these giant bodies of water. You got to put it together quick, and it really helps you. But it's the one thing, and you guys are sitting there and trying to figure out, say, well, hey, you were on this run, or how did you do that? But it's amazing to me because, again, I'm competing in all these tournaments, just how different everybody's mental process, thought process, and their style and techniques are, and they all make it work. I mean, I'm not a finesse fisherman by heart, but you look at a guy like Michael Neal. He had a heck of a year last year, and he's throwing Nico rigs and Ned rigs and wacky rigs and things like that as his go-to. And then you see Edwin Evers, and Edwin's mixing. I mean, he's doing everything. I mean, just doing everything. And he had those years last year, like you're talking about, where you just everything falls into place, and that's where we all want to be.
That's when you can tell.
That's the magic.
You can tell.
That's the magic of a bass tournament, though. You got 100 guys or so, and then you take off, and they all go in different directions, and every one of those guys thinks they're going to win.
That's the magic of it. You're
and they're all doing their own thing.
Exactly right.
You better believe it.
Right?
It shouldn't be there.
Keep you alive.
Hey,
I do. I mean, that's the one thing that I've never. I've always said it, man. It's all about the attitude, and I've just fought through it so many times when things aren't going right, and you just know that, hey, the next stop's going to be the one, or it's going to be the next cast or the next flip. And I can't tell you how many times over the year, my last stop or my last flip or my last cast, you catch one, and a lot of times a big one. I mean, I've done it so many times over the year because you can't never give up. And I've fished tournaments with my boys and stuff, and it's easy to get down. You can see it when things aren't happening, or you lose one, and you just can't let any of that outside stuff matter. I learned a long time ago that you worry about the variables you can control, and the ones you can't, you got to be aware of them, but you just got to put them out of your mind.
Got to be out.
And don't go to the dark side.
That's right. Hey,
yeah, I mean, I think that's like Mike Iaconelli. He's a friend of mine. He's a real passionate angler. But one thing that I don't understand is how upset he gets when if he loses a fish. And I mean, it sucks. I get it. We all hate it, but it's part of it. And we all know what hey, man, that 5-pounder, what it would have done for us or whatever. But man, I'm making my next cast to try to get another one to bite instead of having a fit about it. So That I don't,
Yeah.
or anything, you know. I mean, I'm not. You don't see me go up there when I catch a big one up there celebrating for 5 minutes. I put that sucker, you know, in the box, put him on the scale, and get right back out there. So
Yeah, your
You know
bait your bait is usually like 30 yards from the boat before the lid on the live well closes. I mean,
I
it's
think
so fun to watch.
it's. I'm just trying. You know, when you got that, whatever your time is, you got 8 hours to be out there. Is to have maximum efficiency, make the most casts.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Aaron Martin's a good friend of mine, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen him in a competition day, and he's out there sitting down, piddling with his tackle for 10 minutes when he could be fishing.
Exactly.
That score tracker is clicking when that's happening, and
He's
yet-
nuts.
Yeah, but mentally, he cannot compete unless he has everything just right, and that's his deal. I mean, we're all different, we're all weird in our own way. It's just how it is.
What's going on?
I don't know. Something weird
I just
happened.
heard a weird clicking. Are you there, Kev?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I got lost in the crossfire. Hey, so I just need to know. I gotta know one more. What the world?
The hell is that?
What the heck is going on? It appears that we have a mystery guest.
We've been infiltrated.
Kevin, we have been infiltrated by the system. It appears to be Thanos. Is that
Thanos?
Is
or
that
Thanos?
Thanos? Can you see that, Kevin?
there.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay tonight.
All right.
I hear you talking, but your lips aren't moving.
Yes.
It's a bit of stigmatism.
It's a stigmatism. Okay, I got you. Well,
Yeah.
Kevin,
My apologies.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I know our producer has a special mystery guest lined up for a game of Jeopardy. So I guess we're going to play a little game of Jeopardy right now with mystery guest.
I love games.
Can you hear him, Kevin?
Yeah, it's kind of. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I know. It's very
It's
weird.
almost like he's inside of a mask.
Well,
What
let's...
would you expect on the Stray Cats?
I'm a little tin-eared.
Okay, let's play Jeopardy with Kevin VanDam and mystery guest.
Stoneface.
Stoneface Thanos. The categories are their real names, has-been sex symbols, and classic crankbaits. Classic crankbaits. Okay, Kevin, would you like to go first? And remember, you have to answer in question form. In question form.
This is
Okay.
Jeopardy.
Or you know the deal, the Jeopardy kind of deal. You know the
Yep.
deal. Okay. So, Kev, you want to go first? Or you want to pass it to that, whatever that is?
I'm going to go classic crankbaits.
Oh, classic crank. Look at you.
As old as I am, I ought to be able to be good at that.
Look at you. All right. Let's do classic crankbaits. Where the heck is my notes? Okay. Talk knew it that this classic crankbait would win him the 04
What
Classic.
is the Bagley Square?
Hey.
Wait, it's Kevin.
Hey.
What is the Bagley B2 square
A
bill?
Bagley
Hey,
B2 square
see?
bill.
Oh.
That is correct. Kevin, you guys are keeping score, right?
I did it!
Bagley B2 square bill.
He knew it.
Okay. Now, Kevin, would you like to keep the ball, or you want to pass it on to that guy, or you want to? What do you want to do?
I'll run it.
Okay. What do you want to keep going? Classic cranks? You want to go has?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love classic. I figure I ought to be good at this.
Okay. Actually, there we go. Rick Clunn actually won the 1990 Classic on 2 versions of this crankbait.
What is an RC1 and an RC3?
And wow,
Yeah.
he nailed it too. You went right to the 3. I like how you did that. Holy cow.
Which one?
Yeah, you're probably gonna have a tough time on that. We'll let him go with whatever category.
Okay.
I know the classic crankbaits.
You're okay. So we're gonna pass on the category. So mystery guest, what category would you like? Has been sex symbols, or what was the other one I had? Has been sex symbols, or
Their real names.
Their real names. Their real names.
What is Daisy Duke?
What is what?
I think he said Daisy Duke.
How did he know? Like, can he read my thing?
Am I right?
Well, that's not a real name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no.
But wait a second. This is extremely weird because I swear to... Can he read my notes? Wait, no, it isn't. That's not even the right thing. Wow, that was a crazy thing that just happened right there. Never mind. What? Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? This is their real names. Thank you. Back on track. That was insane. All right.
Okay.
Okay, you're okay, Stoneface. Marshall found that beats, rhymes, and women were all that really mattered. Marshall found that beats, rhymes, and women were all that really mattered.
Yeah, who is Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem?
Eminem, that is correct. That is correct. Okay. Okay, so would you like to keep the ball or would you like to pass back to Kevin?
Let's pass it. I don't like the ball.
All right. Kevin, this is for you. This is in real names. Eldrick may have been made fun of in school, but he was the one who laughed all the way through the woods to the bank. Eldrick may have been made fun of in school, but he is the one who laughed all the way through the woods and to the bank.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I'm lost on that one.
The answer is... Do you know Stoneface?
Who is Jim Wilburn?
No, that is not right. That is not Jim Wilburn. The correct answer is Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods' real name is Eldrick Woods. There we go.
I didn't know that.
So let's tally it up. We're going to tally it up. Do we have an official score? Andrew, have you tallied it? Yep. Who do we have as the winner?
Kevin VanDam.
It's 2-1.
It's 2-1 Kevin VanDam. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin VanDam is the victor. Kevin is the victor.
Who is this guy?
I don't even know who this is. Masked Man, would you care to reveal yourself to Kevin?
Well, I want to put up a hot dog stand or some shit.
So what are you going to sell?
Well, I got a little house. It's black. I want the thing torn down as soon as possible.
I don't even know what he's.
What is going on?
I don't even know what he's talking about. I have no clue whatsoever. Kevin, do you want to take a guess at who that is?
That's got to be Mike Iaconelli.
Oh, come on, man. That ain't cool. I'm dying in that mask. That was hot. I'm breathing this thing.
That was impressive, man. You did a good job of hiding it, but
I'm impressed you knew who it was.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Do you guys send each other Christmas cards still or no?
Well, we didn't this year, but things got a little confusing. You know what I mean? Things got a little confusing. But I do want to say Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Kevin. It's good to see you.
yeah, man. I'm sure you've been busy too. That's I'm sitting here. You see what I'm working on.
You got to multitask during a bass fishing talk show.
Well, I can't with questions like that. I got to focus on them. I can't be taking hooks off baits.
But you won Jeopardy, Kevin. That's another accomplishment.
Classic crankbait deal, though. I think Mike would he'd give me a run for my money on that too.
Oh, he
He's
would.
a student too.
Yeah, I'm a crankbait junkie. I was excited to hear some of those questions. So
I've been in Mike's garage. He's got the cranks, bro. He's got the cranks.
Oh, I got some old wiggle warts that he's dying to get.
But Mike's got the B2s. I seen the Bagley B2s he's got.
I got a few. I like to have some warts though. The mole warts they're like gold, man.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, Michael, thank you so much for coming in here and giving it a fair attempt against Kevin VanDam.
Thank you. Second place again to Kevin. Thank you.
and best. Hey, well, the chance for redemption is in just a few short weeks, isn't it? Coming up before you know it.
I guess you're right. Lake Eufaula. It'll be a good one. Look forward to it.
He's putting hooks on crankbaits. What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing, Mike?
I'm drinking beer and watching TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for classic champ Mike Iaconelli.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
getting
you
weird,
so
Mike.
much, Mike. Wow. There it is, Kev.
Yeah.
That's the magic of a Bass and Talk show. I don't know what to tell you.
I was impressed with the mask.
That's pretty good.
It was way creepier than I anticipated, but I think it happened. It happened. Hey, we know a lot about Kevin VanDam's techniques and prowess in the bass fishing world, but I kind of want to get to know you as an angler a little more. So let's do a little 20 questions type thing. Okay. I mean, and it's just casual, and you could go long, you can go short on the answers. It's up to you. That's the magic of this. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. A little bit. Yes, we're the tribals. The tribal music. I love it.
The Longhorn.
So we're out in an Aborigine. Do Aborigines have forests or deserts, Kevin? Do you know?
Aborigines?
Yeah.
More
Desert. Yeah, we're in an Aborigine desert right now. We're looking for ponds. That's what we're doing.
Australia.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, we're looking for those barramundis. Kevin, you've had a lot to do with bait development and lure development in your days. Which bait or lure development are you most proud of that you have had a hand in? What's your pride and joy?
Oh my gosh, I've had a bunch of them. Probably the Strike King KVD deep diving jerkbait.
Okay.
But I mean, I've the red eye shad, all the XD series baits, the KVD 1.5. Those are all baits that people catch a lot of fish with. But that jerkbait is one that just came out unbelievable when we did it. And a lot of times when we're developing, especially a hard bait, it takes 4, 5, 6 prototypes, sometimes more, to get it where you want it. And that jerkbait, I got really, really lucky. And believe it or not, the second one was spot on.
Nice.
And, it just doesn't happen like that. So.
And so you'll get one back and you'll be like, tweak this, tweak that, and then it comes back and
yeah, I mean, there's so much with the wall thickness and the weight chambers and the bill angle and bill size and shape, and I mean, there's just so much to a hard bait in developing it and getting it to get the action, if you whatever you want or how lively it is and castability and all that, and that's where that one is just. It's incredible bait to cast, and it has great action if you jerk it hard. You can fish it slow. It just really performs, and it runs super deep. So it doesn't have any weak spots or anything. And
we've caught a few on it.
Yeah.
it's a good one.
I've caught a lot of them on it. So
thanks for that one.
Yeah, thank you for that too. Hey, what grinds your gears? What grinds Kevin VanDam's gears? It doesn't have to be on the water. It could be on the road. It could be at the house. It could be.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I'm just not a patient person. I mean, you tell by the way I fish.
Okay.
So traffic jams or traffic backups, or I do everything I can to plan. If I'm going to go through Chicago, to not go through rush hour morning or evening or Atlanta or whatever, I try to think way ahead. And so if if I'm on my way to a tournament, I give myself, 12 hours to make a 12-hour drive, and then you get a traffic jam or something like that. Gosh, it just
drives you
me.
bonkers.
Yeah. Through Chicago between 3 and 4 a.m. That's your only time.
Yeah.
Same with Detroit. Same thing. Hey, what's a pro angler that you've never fished with that you'd like to spend a day on the water with and learn something?
Gosh, there's a lot of them because you can learn something from everybody, for sure. I mean, I've been fortunate. I've got to fish with a lot of guys here and there over the years, just to see their different style, things like that. So, I would like to fish with all of them, especially, because because you think there's not many of them that you could name that I haven't fished with, at least, at a media event or,
Sure.
around, but not just, not just for fun. I mean, one of the, I have as much fun fishing with Zona when him and I, not filming, just fishing.
It's going out.
It's anybody. And that would be cool to be able to do that with a whole list of guys. Ike and Ellie would be a fun guy to fish with. On a deal like that. Well, every time we've been around, it's always work.
Right.
It's always something that you got to do. All the best fishermen out there are guys that you can learn a ton from. I mean, it doesn't matter.
And like you talked about the coverage, man, it's like we actually get to go fishing more with you guys now and learn because of the coverage.
You don't miss anything. I mean, you can watch how a guy's reeling his bait and work, holding his rod tip. And you can, if you were 50 yards away following me out on the water, you're going to see a whole lot more if there's a live camera in the boat than that.
Absolutely. Hey, Kevin, what's the best pickup line you've ever heard in your life, whether it be yours or whether you've heard one back in the day? The best pickup line.
The best pickup line.
Yeah.
Well, I've been out of the market for so long. I've been married for a long time. I really hadn't thought about it, but
There's got to be one you heard that stuck out.
I don't know. I can't pick one.
Okay, you can pass. That's your prerogative. We can't repeat.
Yeah.
Corey, we can't repeat the Canadian one we heard last time on this show.
No.
That's it. Hey, what's a song
We
that
could, but
we could, but we won't.
No.
What's a song that you know every word to, but you're kind of embarrassed to admit it that you know every word to it?
Oh my God, that I'd be embarrassed to?
Yeah,
well,
like a weird song or maybe a.
Well, there's some of those songs that you don't want to know, like the Baby Shark song.
Yeah.
That my
It's an exact.
I probably know most of the words because I've heard it, and when we're staying on the road together.
Sure,
but,
or the Frozen soundtrack, same thing, same kind of deal.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
I'm not embarrassed about anything, Metallica, all the heavy metal stuff that I grew up with, and crazy because now I'm getting into country in a big way too.
Wow,
So.
Look at you.
Well, you get to know some of these guys. You gotta know their songs.
You know who Hank 3 is?
Yeah.
Hank 3 is the dude. That's Hank William Jr.'s boy.
Dang right, dude. I've met him.
Yeah, me too. And
I've actually he did a special concert for Bass Pro down at the shooting academy a couple years back, and I got to go backstage and actually be on the stage while he was playing and meet him. That is one cool dude right there.
Awesome. That's pretty badass. Hey, what's the first bait that you ever fell in love with, Kevin? The first love affair with a lure. What's that lure?
Beetle spin.
Beetle spin.
Nice.
I love it. I love it.
When that started my affection and affinity for spinner baits. I mean, I would a 1/4 ounce black and yellow beetle spin, and then the white one with the red dot. You know, I mean, those were go-tos early on, and then it was the Bass Buster Scorpion. And,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then it was Strike King after that. I mean, those were the originals.
The Jimmy Houston 1/4 ounce blue and chartreuse copper blade. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Single Colorado, too.
Yeah, buddy. I remember it. Catching a bunch on that, dude. Oh, that was insane. That was good stuff, man. Hey, who was your first celebrity crush? Way before Sherry. Who's the first celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I ever.
Come on,
really?
Kevin.
No, man.
Farrah Fawcett or something or.
Oh yeah. Back in the day,
That's
heck
what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like way back, man. Yeah, Farrah Fawcett, bro. Come on, you're 50.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I had a Farrah Fawcett poster.
Yeah, she was cold. She was cold, Kev. I know. What's the first album you ever bought? First album you ever bought, Kevin VanDam?
I think it was Rush.
Nice.
Moving Pictures.
Hell yes.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Back
It
in
was
the
sad
day.
to hear about Neil Peart, that's for sure. What's your first vehicle, Kevin? First vehicle.
It was a Ford F-100 pickup truck 1970 vintage with 3-speed on the column. It was one of my dad's old work trucks.
Nice one.
You could tell. You could tell.
It's a good one.
I'll tell you what I could do is I'd put a 14-foot rowboat in the back of it, no motor, with a battery and a trolling motor, and take it. I could go and take it to any lake fishing. So
Nice.
That's what I did when I was 16.
Classic. Hey, what's your chatterbait rod? Glass or graphite?
I like a composite, actually, kind of a mix of both.
Okay, so you're like the same you're throwing your cranks on.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
you throw the spinner baits on graphite.
Correct. You're a smart guy.
Well, thanks, Kev. I'm a bass fishing talk show host.
Yeah.
No, but why? I don't get it. Like, what's the difference?
The way they, just the way they bite a bladed jig compared to the way they bite a spinner bait, it's a different bite, and I want them to get it better. I want to make sure that they get the bait fully in their mouth, and so having a composite rod gives you the feel. I mean, a vibrating jig they give off so much vibration. You feel it so well that you can almost feel it as they push the water up to it, and start to pull it away from them. So I like the combination of both because it still helps you feel if you got a little piece of grass or slime on your bait where it's hurting the action, but it allows them to get it a little better, and you can still get a good hook into them that way. So I don't know. Brett Height's probably the best bladed jig guy on the planet, and he uses the same type of action rod. His is built, I think, by Phoenix or something like that.
Correct.
But the action he likes and the action I like are really about the same. That's just through experience.
No, you know who the best bladed jig fisherman in the world is Aaron Martins. If you ask Aaron, he'll tell you.
Well, Aaron will tell you he's the best at everything.
he's the fastest, the strongest, and he does everything the best.
He's the healthiest, too.
He's the healthiest, too. Yeah. He is. But we love Aaron.
It's funny you ask that because I'm building a new rod right now, or working on a new series of rods for Lew's that I'm doing, and I've got 2-bladed jig rods, or heavier action square bill rods coming out just for that. So I really looked hard at what I was using, and I made a few little tweaks to the action, put a little more backbone into it, but still that composite is the key, I think.
That's cool that you had a chance to maybe redevelop, teach an old dog some new tricks on those composite rods, kind of revamp them a little.
Well, I've always used like a 7-footer is kind of my go-to, but there's a lot of times in open water, where you want a bigger rod, or you're fishing Florida, where you might catch a 10-pounder and you're in the heavy grass. So I've actually got a 7.1 and a 7.4 prototype right now that I'm fishing.
Nice. Hey, tell us something about Mark Zona that he wouldn't want us to know.
That he's exactly like that on camera or off. He's the same guy.
Well, we know that. We know that. Hey,
we go way back, and we've had a lot of really good times together for sure.
I could tell.
He's not. He ain't scared of a good time.
Hey, was 2019 a weird year for you as it was for us bass fishing fans in the world of professional bass fishing?
Yeah, I think it was different for a lot of people, a lot of new things out there and that. But in the end, it turned out to be really a pretty good year. I think for fishing fans especially, they've got more options, more choices, and more coverage than they've ever seen before. So.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it was such a shock to a lot of us as fans, and we have Boyd coming on in a couple weeks, and we're going to talk to him a little bit more about that. But it was a weird transition for a lot of us fans, and I just wonder. I ask a lot of you professional anglers that come on the show if it was a weird year, and I think it was a weird year for all of us. And take that as positive, negative. It was just a weird year,
Yeah, people don't like change as a whole, and there's definitely a lot of change, but I think in the end a lot of it needed to happen. It got everybody's working harder to be better, whether you're a fisherman, a sponsor, or the leagues, they've all got to work harder to be better, and in the end, we're a fan-driven sport, so
Absolutely.
the fans, they're gonna make the ultimate choice and what they want to see or how they want to watch a tournament. And I think the coverage is the best it's ever been across the board. I mean, just all this live coverage and behind the scenes and be able to see the detail that you can. I know if I was trying to learn that there's no better place, because you can't fake it.
You can't.
It doesn't matter. They're the top guys on all three leagues are really, really good fishermen.
Remember when George Cochran tried to fake it way back?
Yeah. How'd that work out for him?
Not too well, Kev.
Yeah.
Not too well.
Yeah.
Not too well. Hey, what do you see? Or no, let's put it this way. Kevin. This is a tough one. We're getting into the tough part of the interview here now, okay? Need you to put your thinking cap on.
Yep.
All right? Give me a sentence that describes the future of bass fishing.
I think the future's never looked brighter than what it is right now. There's never been more opportunities, and it's always been hard. People, since I've been doing it, there's been people going broke, been people sleeping in the back of their trucks. I don't see anybody sleeping in their truck anymore.
No.
There's more opportunities for anglers than there ever has been before, and I think it's a big part of that is just the digital world that we live in with all the media, YouTube channels. I mean, heck, there's guys that don't fish tournaments that make more money than most all the tournament fishermen do, just doing their own thing.
Product in motion.
You obviously haven't walked past my truck at a rest stop.
But yeah, that's where Ryan's.
But anyways,
but that's hey, but the fact of the matter is, you're right. It is getting better, Kevin. And there is platforms to explore.
Well, the best part about it is to see as many non-endemic companies coming into the space and supporting fishing. There's more now than there's ever been. Heck, forever there was hardly any. And
right.
That's a huge deal to take the burden off of the Strike Kings and the Berkeleys of the world.
Give us some squinchers, Kev. Give us some squinchers.
Squinch it up.
Hey, you love Metallica, dude. It's no secret. It's no secret, right? And my favorite band is the Rolling Stones. Okay, I love the Stones, man. I mean, I like classic rock. I love Metallica, Aerosmith, all that stuff, man. But I know Metallica is very fond in your heart. So you have to probably relate to Metallica songs to your life, right? I mean, I do that with Rolling Stones lyrics. You know what I mean? I think it's a natural thing. You're a Zeppelin fan, you relate that to your life. So we're going to do a little cross-examination of Metallica and Kevin VanDam and the parallels between your universes. Are you ready?
Got it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a Metallica lyric. You tell me what song it's from and what it means to you, whether it be in bass fishing, whether life, or just that song, a fond memory, whatever it is. All right?
Yeah.
Here's the first one, Kevin. Never-ending maze, drift on numbered days. Never-ending... Do you know the song?
Never-ending days, drift on...
Never-ending maze, drift on numbered days.
I'm trying to think what...
Right, play him a little bit of it.
I'm a big Metallica fan, too.
Play him
You
a little
got me
bit of it.
stumped on that one.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I know. I get... Here's the song.
That was a much slower version of that song. but
Yeah. Well, we have to get around the copyright thing. See, we're on Facebook Live, so we're actually not using Metallica songs. We're using like a guy playing them on guitar. I'm being serious. That's Master of the...
Why don't you read it in song rhythm?
That's Master of the Puppets, Kev. Okay?
Well, shoot, I know that song real well, but I don't remember that exact lyric.
Never-ending maze, drift on numbered days.
Yeah, well,
I'm source of
I know the Master of Puppets, but that isn't me.
All right.
That's one of my, that's not a go-to for me. I'll tell you the song that I have that is more that I relate to me personally.
Yeah.
And you'll appreciate this one, I think, is the Bob Seger rendition of "Turn the Page."
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
That's a hell of a good song. I mean, when you spend as much time on the road as I do, that one I really relate to.
I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to say Seek and Destroy.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that was coming.
But it gives you chills, that song.
I do. I'm very competitive, but I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna kill anybody.
Well, I meant about the bass. Seek and
the Seek and Destroy the bass.
Yeah.
Okay, now here, we'll try this different now. Okay, I'm going to give you the song. Let's try it different. No guessing involved, all right? Because I could screw this up, Kevin, and mess the whole thing up like I always do. So here we go, all right? This is the song 1. And again, we have to work with generic Metallica songs. I can't delve deep into the songbooks, But in the song 1, okay, the lyrics are, I can't remember anything. I can't tell if this is true or a dream. Can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or dream. What do those lyrics mean to you?
Gosh. It could be anything for me, like probably when you have a really awesome tournament, like winning a classic or something like that.
Or like 4 years in a row?
Yeah, well, it could be.
Okay, that's what I was thinking when I wrote that. That's 4 years in a row. Is this true or is it a dream? What the hell's going on? I just won everything for 4 years.
You'll see. I'm a pretty humble guy. I'm pretty modest, but it feels good when you get in that when you have that situation like that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The greatest satisfaction that I've had from like winning, winning a classic or winning Angler of the Years or whatever is watching, especially the classic, was just watching your family's reaction,
dude.
When it happens,
and one of the things,
it's really not about me, but it's just about their reaction.
And when you
they put so much into it and sacrifice so much for what I get to do, so it's like that was probably the most satisfying part of it for me.
That's amazing. Yeah. And you say that. I remember a picture of you, and it was, I think it was just one of the twins in the picture, and it had to be like you were wearing, I'm envisioning this in my head, and you're wearing the red Nitro. So it was probably like the 05 Classic, Pittsburgh maybe, the red Nitro jersey. Am I talking?
You're exactly right. That was
and the look on your face, man. The two of you were like so stoked, and so was your son. It was a classic bass fishing picture, man. Amazing.
I've got that down on my fireplace downstairs. It's my son Jackson. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. Amazing. I mean, that's bass fishing. That's what bass fishing is, man.
It's a family sport.
It sure is. Bass family. Hey, how kick-ass of a song is For Whom the Bell Tolls, though? For real.
That's badass.
Give me some of that, Ginge. Give me some From Whom the Bell Tolls. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Kev. Let's go.
I'm not a singer.
2020. We're not going to sing. He hears the silence so loud, the crack of dawn, all is gone, except the will to be. Now they see what will be, blinded eyes to see. Yeah, buddy. Yeah.
So the greatest experience that I probably ever Metallica experienced was going with my boys. We went there on Father's Day 2 years ago to Soldier Field to watch Metallica, and I was 20 feet in front of Lars's drum set center stage.
Nice.
At Soldier Field. It was awesome.
The Snake Pit.
Unbelievable show.
Did people recognize you at the Metallica concert?
Yeah, I did. What was cool there is how many like fathers and sons and fathers and daughters that were there together at that. I mean, it was a
awesome.
really diverse crowd. And we went, it was such a great show that I looked on the schedule and saw that they the following year were playing at Comerica Park, and I bought tickets sight unseen, not even knowing the schedule.
That's
And
awesome.
We had a tournament, so I had to actually I sold him to a buddy of mine, and he's like, "Oh my God, it was the greatest show ever!" And I'm like,
Oh yeah, thanks.
well, you never
buddy.
know how long that you get a chance to see him. So I'd go in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so cool that you got to see him with your boys. My daughter just took me to see the Rolling Stones on Father's Day. And I mean, just a special experience to see your favorite band with your kids. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that's the same. Well, the other super cool part is that my boys love Metallica too. You know,
Yeah.
They stood the test of time.
Yeah, they've really gone across some generations for sure.
Hey, have your twins in the Zona twins ever gotten in a little brawl or anything? They ever thrown down?
Nope.
No, none of that.
No, just on the water.
They're fierce competitors. They are.
Leave it
all
on
of
the
you.
water.
Both families. Hey, Kevin, dude, I just want to tell you how much you and what you have done for the sport of bass fishing means to us here in this room and the entire bass fishing galaxy. Thank you so much, Kevin. I mean that
Yes, sir.
sincerely.
Well, I appreciate it. It's fun to be around other people that have a passion for it and just take it to. I mean, we're weird group.
Absolutely.
Hey, before we go, real quick, I got to give you this stat real fast.
Yeah,
because
this is
I don't know if
insane.
you've ever heard this.
Insane.
And I've been just staring at it, and when I read it earlier, it blew my mind. But real quick, you caught 11,857 pounds of bass in your Bassmaster career.
Wow.
That stat right there.
11,000 what?
Ridiculous. 11,857 pounds.
Whoa.
Okay. You won
Silly.
$6,447,476 in that Bassmaster career. But more importantly, what that equates to per dollar per pound of bass is what I'm getting at. And that is $543 a pound. That is a
Whoa.
record. We've done this with a lot of guys. That's far, far beyond anyone else.
Holy cow.
Anyone else's average. $543 a pound.
I've never heard that stat. $543 a pound. That's way more expensive than any sushi.
Tell Sherry.
14 inchers.
Tell
over
Sherry to go
500
shopping.
bucks.
Extra shopping for Sherry.
That's a couple of Metallica tickets.
Yeah, that's front row.
You could buy Metallica with that. You could be the band. Did you see the picture that Andy made of you as Hatfield?
James Hetfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Put that above the mantle, okay? Kevin?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kevin, thank you so much for coming on the show. We had a great time with you. I hope to have you on again sometime soon, man.
We'll have to do it up, man. Fun time.
All right.
Thank
we'll
you,
see
Kevin.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, that's Kevin VanDam. Yes, sir. Peace, bro. Thank you. Yes, Kevin VanDam. Wow. There we go.
Awesome.
Did that just happen?
That just happened.
We just talked to Kev.
Yeah.
He's talking, and Mike Iaconelli came in as Thanos. So
his inane ramblings were incredible.
I didn't even know what he was saying. I got Jim Wilburn. I did get that one. I didn't know
the hot dog stand and the house painted black.
What was that? Do you know?
No idea.
Did I miss? Was I the only one that didn't know?
I think
Too
he was
many
just-
founders.
Too many.
Yeah.
He drank 12
That's
Floyds.
the brilliance of Mike Iaconelli.
He didn't just have 3
And the
Floyds.
magic of a bass fishing talk show. And what an amazing time with Kevin VanDam. Seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't know half of that stuff.
No,
that he told us.
He invented the Ned rig. It's the Kev rig.
It is. That is insane. Insane. Hey,
Awesome.
Want to remind you, if you have not become a member of the Carl's Club, shopcarls.com, how much is it, Ginge, a month?
It's like $5.99 to join the club.
That's it. $5.99 to join the club, and you get 30% off most items.
And free shipping.
Dolly. That's amazing. Hey, JP, what time is it? Is it time? Do we got this?
Could you please ramble on?
Absolutely.
3 more minutes.
Okay, so
Good song.
Can they put in requests? Have you been getting in last minutes?
That's it.
I'm adding them now.
I'm gonna put my shades on. I'm putting my amphibias on. Ryan, put your amphibias on.
They're already on.
You're wearing sunglasses. Those are the Wayfarer.
We're inside.
I like the Wayfarer ones.
These are nice.
I think those are called the Waves.
Wafers? These are waves.
We're the son of the stomping the sap out, chopping the cancha.
Hey, while JP is doing that.
Let's fish on the line. Let's take some calls. While we're waiting for JP to put things through the randomizer. Hey, you're on the air. Welcome to Stray Cast. Hello.
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 Hey, you're on the air.
Oh, it's Rojas.
Oh, again?
Dean, seriously. Dean. Yeah. Dean? Oh, yes. Dean? Oh, is it good for you, Dean? Nice. I thought
You got to stop doing this.
He got it.
Yes.
That's Rojas. That's amazing.
This guy.
That's amazing.
Hey, but real quick.
Yeah.
Before, we've all done that and thanked everyone that got us into bass fishing. I got my brother here. Thank you, Corey, for introducing me to bass fishing.
Corey Whitaker. You motorboating son of a gun, you.
Yeah,
You old sailor.
And taking me and letting me wreck your boat and break your rods and all
Hello,
that stuff.
Internet world.
What's going on?
It's totally my pleasure, bro.
You sound just like Ryan. Ryan, say just my pleasure.
Just my pleasure, bro.
Corey, say just my pleasure, bro.
Just my pleasure, bro.
That was Ryan. Wait, was that Ryan or was that Corey? I don't know, but I'm wearing amphibious sunglasses right now.
And we're inside.
Yeah, and we're inside. And Ryan has waves on. So what has been going on? It's season 5 of Stray Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television, if you don't already know. We're trying to build up the YouTube, man. Everything is happy when the thing go good on the YouTube. That's what they tell me. So you got to subscribe to the YouTube. Leave a comment on the YouTube. Everything goes to the YouTube. Hope you subscribe to our YouTube.
I'm ready. You
It's
guys
a
ready?
bass fishing talk show on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the $555 prize, Season 5. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Andrew, before we do this, Andrew, please put our sponsor splash screen on. Our sponsor splash screen with all of our sponsors. Okay. Yeah. Now, I want you to know that this is $555 worth of prizes.
Exactly.
It's actually more than that now,
It's gonna.
Pat.
Oh, it's more.
Oh, it's more.
We
Okay.
added the Elite Box.
Oh, that's
from
right.
Mystery Tackle
Oh, and
Box.
we added tightrope jigs.
That is correct.
Tightrope jigs.
It's not
sort
sorta
of
correct.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Tightrope jigs in it.
hold the freak
It's not
on.
it's not the Pro Box you had in bed with you, is it?
No.
JP.
No. That one.
It's a
That
fresh
one
one.
went home with
Amazing
me.
job, JP. Your first
Okay.
commercial. You and I shot
Yeah.
our first commercial together, and it went swimmingly well.
Amazing job.
Swimmingly well.
You know, I one take those things.
Yeah.
You've been hanging out with me a little bit. That's what it is. Crestliner Boats, Power Pole, Abu Garcia, Carl's Bait and Tackle, Line and Lure, War Eagle, Amphibia, Bite Me Tackle, Bow to Stern, Bravarni, man, DH Marine, and Alpha Angler, Berkeley. All them good peeps, they're throwing in on this $555 prize. Do you want to know who won? Do you want to know who won? Are we gonna do this now?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for doing it.
Yeah, seriously.
But I want to let you know, about 50% of you didn't follow the rules.
They failed.
They failed.
They failed miserably, and they could have won.
Half the field got disqualified?
Yeah. It was
Man.
Well, they just didn't get in the rando because they didn't follow directions, dummies. We're giving you $555 worth of prizes, and all you had to do was just read something and follow directions. But
Yeah.
no.
That is tough sometimes.
No, it's not.
It's tough for some
No, it's
people.
not.
Yeah.
It's social media.
I
Read
don't-
the thing.
I don't read.
And by the way, being completely serious, before we give the prize away, seriously, thank you all of you who liked and subscribed to our YouTube channel. And as David Dudley said last week, I want to reiterate on this, that David Dudley's new in the YouTube game. Our YouTube channel numbers suck. We're just starting to get into this stuff.
Yes,
But the fact of the matter is, every time you go on Instagram, every time you go on YouTube, every time you go on Facebook, and you see a fellow fisherman, unless the post is like really douchey or it's just not cool, smash the like button. Because we're all in this together. We're doing the same thing. It's the same common goal. We love the fish. We love the bass. That's why we're here. It's proper bassin'. With that being said, I now give you JP High in the winner of the Season 5 $555 with a prize contest. JP, get it.
The 555 winner, Season 5.
My God, Ryan.
Is Chris Duss. Chris Duss.
Chris
Chris Duss.
Christus.
Congratulations, Chris.
Chris Duss. Spell Duss.
Is it Duss or Deuce?
Is it worth a deuce?
It's Duss.
D-U-S-S?
It's D-U-S.
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 Chris Duss.
Christus.
Christus.
Chris Duss.
I think that's Latin.
Christian Dust.
Christian
Let's all
Duss.
keep saying his name, Chris Duss.
Chris
Chris
Duss.
Duss.
Chris
You
Duss.
won, dude.
Chris Duss won,
Dude.
so what's he got to do?
He's got to message us
He's got to message us where?
on our Facebook page. Send us a private message.
Private
Slide
message.
And
into
say I
those
won that
DMs.
giant. I jumped.
And it's going
I
to be
won.
yeah.
Just say I won, and I will
Yeah.
get to you.
Better get a bigger P.O. box, sir.
Chris Duss. Yeah, you don't get some good. I'm going to tell you, it's coming your way. There's no doubt about it. Hey, I want to remind everybody that if you have not signed up for the Bass University courses and you are in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, there are still some seats available in class. I'm excited. I'm going to be there. I'll be emceeing the event. Come by and see me. And Pete Gluzek will be there, as well as Jocelyn, the amazing Jocelyn from Bass U. But I'm really stoked about hearing Jason Christie. I've never heard. We've had Jason Christie on the show a few times, but I've never heard an exclusive one-on-one classroom presentation from Jason Christie. That's going to be tits.
I tell you, I'd be
Titties
sitting in
and
the
dragons.
back row.
Yeah. Well, I will
Guy's
be.
intimidating.
Yeah. He stomped on a snake on our
Yeah.
show one time. Killed it in the head.
Spittins for sissies.
Yeah. He smacked the damn.
Said that.
He sure did. Hey, so remind you, go to bassuniversity.com or bassu.tv, right, Ginge?
That's
bassu.tv.
right. Bassu, yeah.
There it is. Hey, that's it. That's January. January has come and gone. As the ages be winged through the trees, the dawn of the proper bassin man, as spawned by the elders, is among us. Bass Galaxy, we thank you for making this show possible. Crestliner, Carl's Bait and Tackle, Abu Garcia Berkeley, Line and Lure, War Eagle Amphibia, Bite Me Tackle, Bow to Stern, Bravarni, TH Marine Alpha Angler. Thank you. Thank you for putting some gas in the boat. Hey, we're off next week. We'll be back February what? Something in February.
That's right.
First week of February. We're off.
Sometime in there.
Sometime in February. Come by and see us.
Not next Wednesday, but the one after.
We love this. We love you. We wouldn't be doing it any other way. Thank you from all of us to all of you. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace, Bass Fishing Galaxy. I'm Pat Renwick, and I am out. Keep bassing
Later.
proper.